So what you're going to do is when you're on your desktop, you don't want that to say QuickTime Player, so you want to click just anywhere on your desktop, and it'll go into Finder. You're going to click on File, New Folder, okay? You're going to call, here it is right here. I'm going to move it so you can see it. So here's my new folder, and then I'm just going to click here to name it Senior Session. Okay, and then I'm going to double click in the folder, and I'm going to make another folder. So how I do that is I double clicked in, and I do File, New Folder, and I'm going to call it Prints. Okay, and then I'll usually do File, New Folder. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Never mind. So then I'm in the Senior Session folder. Click back on that one. I do File, New Folder, and then I call it Facebook. Because I size my pictures different, because if you use these big ones for Facebook, oh no, they just look terrible, but you're not worried about that. So never mind that. So now you have your two folders, and you have your Senior Session on your desktop. So you can just X that out. And then you're going to go back into Lightroom. So I had already opened Lightroom, and this is what was in there. So I'm going to do File, okay, then I'm going to do Export. I'm going to do Export. Okay, I'm going to export it to a specific folder. And then I go to Folder right here, and I'm going to choose where, excuse me, and I click on Desktop, and I have to find mine because my desktop has so much stuff on it. Okay, so I double click that, and then double click on Prints. I'm going to choose that one. Okay, so now what this is saying is my computer is going to send that to that folder I made. Okay, we're not going to put it in a subfolder. We're going to custom name it. So this might be checked with something else. You want to make sure it says custom name, and then whatever you want to name it. You can name it whatever her first name or whatever the last name is. I'm just going to call it Senior Pic. Okay, and I'm going to start on number 1. Okay, make sure it's on JPEG, sRGB color space. Sometimes this will be clicked. You want to make sure it's not clicked. Okay, everything else looks good. So now you're going to export it. Okay. And let's see. You can exit out, see if it got in there. So Prints, Senior Pic. Can open it up, and there it is. So they'll just drag that if they wanted to print it. Okay. So now putting it on a CD. I don't know what's on this CD, so I'm not actually going to put it on there. I'm just going to show you how you would do it. Alright, so I put this CD in, and it should show up on here somewhere. I just have to figure out where. It's loading, so it should come up in a minute. I hope there's nothing on here. Okay, so it says you inserted a blank DVD. Choose an action from the pop-up menu or click Ignore. So I'm going to actually open Finder. And I hit OK. I don't know what it's doing. However, here's your CD. So if you double click on that, there's your CD. Okay, let me do it again so you saw it. So I have my CD I put in. Double click on it. Okay, there's my CD. And I'm going to make this smaller so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now remember that Senior Session folder that we created? So I have that folder. It has my, normally there would be more images in here. So it has my Facebook, then it has my prints. Okay, I'm going to close that one. I'm going to take the entire folder, and you're going to drag it into the DVD. Okay, so all I did was drag it in there. Now you'll have all your edited pictures in here, because every time you save them in Lightroom, you're going to save them to this Senior Session folder. Okay, so once you just drag it into the recordable DVD, you hit burn. I'm not going to hit burn because I'm not going to burn one image onto a CD. You want to make sure you have everything in there before you hit burn. Okay, if you didn't want it in there, you can just double click and you don't need it, you could move it to trash. Okay, so let me show you that one more time. Put my CD in, have my CD, double click. Okay, normally there's nothing in here. Okay, now I'm going to take this folder that I created with all the images and I'm just going to drag it in to this box. Okay, simple. Alright, I think that's all you wanted me to show you. If you have any questions, you can let me know.